The river ran dark and silent, a mirror reflecting the chaos that had swallowed the forest. The seals had reached their limit, exhausted, pinned down, outnumbered, and outgunned. One voice crackled through the radio, strained and ragged. "We're done." The words hung in the air, a confession of fear and inevitability. Every soldier knew it could be their last broadcast. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. The team crouched behind the riverbank, their weapons slick with mud, every muscle screaming from relentless exertion. Explosions echoed in the distance, ricocheting against trees that shivered under the barrage. Each heartbeat was a countdown to disaster. And then, in the midst of despair, something moved in the water, subtle ripple, almost imperceptible. No one saw her at first. She had been assumed lost, a casualty swallowed by the river's depths. Her presence dismissed by even the most battle-hardened men. But the ripple grew, a silent promise, a shift in the tide of hopelessness. She rose slowly, rifle in hand, eyes scanning, calculating, unwavering. The forest seemed to pause, holding its breath, as the sniper emerged from the river like a ghost of salvation. The seal's jaws dropped. Doubt had been their companion for hours, yet here was a living, breathing proof that the fight was not over. They had counted her out, and she had returned not as a victim, but as a force. Each step she took, water cascading off her gear, was a statement. Survival is not measured by numbers, but by courage, skill, and timing. Her mind raced, but her movements were precise. She assessed the enemy positions, noting their patrol patterns. Listening to the whispers of the forest, feeling the tremor of the river under her boots, she thought she'd never see the team again. She was wrong. Every second mattered. Hesitation could cost lives. Then she fired. One shot, clean and deliberate, took down an enemy sniper attempting to flank the team. Another, and then another, each movement synchronized with the SEAL's desperate retreat and repositioning. The team, inspired by her sudden reappearance, found courage in the rhythm of her fire, their own resolve reigniting with every enemy that fell. The air was thick with smoke and the scent of gunpowder, mingling with the earthy aroma of river mud and foliage. Leaves shivered in the wake of bullets, and birds, startled by the chaos, fled in frantic arcs above the treetops. The sniper moved like liquid, bending with the river, flowing with the terrain. An unseen tide reshaping the battlefield. Fear still lingered, but it was now tempered with awe. The SEALs, trained to trust instincts and strategy, had their faith renewed. They watched as she orchestrated a retreat, her mind calculating, her aim unwavering, her presence a beacon in the storm. She was no longer just another soldier in the fray. She was the pivot point, the fulcrum upon which survival turned. The moral tension gripped them. Could one person really turn the tide? Should she have risked herself so openly, exposing her position? Every second posed a question. Survival versus heroism. Caution versus action. Yet the answer lay in her movements. Courage, precision, and the refusal to yield had rewritten the outcome. The enemy faltered. Confusion replaced aggression as they attempted to reassess their advantage, slipping away in the wake of her relentless focus. Every shot she fired, every movement she made, opened pathways for the SEALs to advance, to breathe, to fight again. Coordination flowed through them like electricity, each action measured, precise, and purposeful. Finally, the last enemy position crumbled under her fire. The riverbank silent once more except for ragged breathing and the distant murmur of retreating foes. The team regrouped, eyes wide, hearts racing, understanding in a collective glance that she had saved them all. Respect, previously assumed and unspoken, now roared through the ranks. She lowered her rifle, the river dripping from her uniform, her chest heaving with exertion. Around her, the team moved with a mixture of awe, gratitude, and unspoken reverence. The impossible had been made possible, not by numbers, not by overwhelming force, but by skill, courage, and unwavering presence. Because kindness doesn't vanish, it waits, and it finds its way back. The sun broke through the clouds, casting shafts of light across the river's surface, illuminating the aftermath of chaos and heroism. The SEALs moved forward, alive, bruised, but unbroken. A testament to the power of courage, timing, and trust in one another. She had risen from the river, from the depths of near defeat, and rewritten the story of that battle with precision and valor. If this story gripped you, hit that like button, subscribe, and share in the comments a time when someone turned the tide against impossible odds. Your stories inspire courage in all of us.